When I talked about defending, I said every player on the field needs to be a defender. The same goes for attacking. Every player on the field needs to contribute to the attack in some way, regardless of their position. Now, here again, I'm going to do a five-a-side demonstration just to keep it simple. Let us be the red team attacking the blue team. So in reality, the ideal goal, like I said, everyone should be an attacker. The ideal goal is total football. And what that means is all players can interchange positions and play effectively in different positions without the team suffering. Okay, so this is why you're working on all your technical skills. This is why you're learning all these different things for different positions. So that when you do receive a ball in a different position, or you want to overlap, you want to get forward, you want to creep into the midfield, you can do that. Okay, but the only way that's going to work is if everyone is on the same page. So I don't want you to feel restricted. If you're the central midfielder, I don't want you to feel restricted to this position. I want you to have the freedom to go out wide and have someone else come in and cover your position for a bit, receive the ball out here, and take players on. As a fullback, I want you to get forward and become the winger. You can even creep inside at times and become another midfielder, okay? So that's the real goal, which is total football. Now, obviously, this is not totally in your control because you cannot control every other player on the field. But you do your part. You understand how to attack effectively in different positions, and you're going to be a much more effective, dangerous, and creative player on the field. A couple basic but very important concepts I want you to think about when it comes to attacking. Number one, for me, and should be for you, is keeping possession of the ball. Okay, this is the most important thing on the field. If we're just kicking it up and everyone's pressing, trying to win the ball up here, yes, we may press, yes, we may win it back, okay, but that's not the style we want to play. We want to control the pace. We want to keep the ball at our team's feet as much as possible. Because in reality, a good offense is a strong defense. I know you've heard that before, but it's very true. Look at Barcelona, okay? In reality, they are not a very good defensive team. Yes, they press very well, but in the back and even in the... No, I would say their central midfield is very good, but in the back especially these days, they're a bit suspect, okay? But they can get away with having a poor defense because they keep the ball for so long. They have 70% possession. How many attacks is the other team actually going to get? Okay, so number one, keep possession of this ball. How are you going to do that? You're going to let the ball do the work, okay? So if you're on the ball and you're taking 8, 9, 10 touches, this is when you're going to get closed down. This is when we're going to lose possession, okay? Keep that ball moving. The other thing is we have to support each other. If my player has the ball but everyone else stands still, everyone else just stays in their position, okay, he's going to get closed down. Our other options are going to get closed down. And he's not going to have anyone to play with. So if you want to be able to attack effectively, you have to work for your other teammates. Okay, when you're on the ball, your teammates have to work for you. When your teammates are on the ball, you have to work for them to get into spaces where you can receive the pass. Okay, to support the play, to make forward runs, so you can get the ball in dangerous situations. If everyone stands still and waits for the ball, then we're not going to be able to attack. We're going to get closed down, we're going to lose possession, and we're going to end up defending for the whole game. One more thing about keeping possession of the ball. What I really want to see when you're on the ball is the rhythm or the speed of the play, okay? So, yes, we can play 2-touch, yes, we can play 3-touch, but is it as quick and effective as it could be? Okay, if you watch teams, really good teams, professional teams, they just ping the ball in here around. They might not even be covering much ground. Let's say we're even in the middle third here. They may not be covering much ground, but the fact that they're just moving the ball around quickly is forcing the defenders to react. Okay, the ball is faster than any man on the field if it's moved properly. So if we just move the ball like this, the other team cannot stand still. They can't give us this option. Okay, they have to react to wherever the ball goes. They have to react. If it goes in here, they have to react. Okay, so if we just keep it moving quickly, even if we're not covering lots of ground, what's going to happen is they're all going to react. Okay, and we can keep it moving, and that's where we're going to find our space. So we want to keep the ball moving to keep their team moving. I hope you understand that concept. If we're slow on the ball and we move it very slowly, one touch or taking 2 touches but not doing it as effectively as you could, not getting it head up, pass, receive with pace, and then moving into new space. Okay, if you're not keeping the rhythm of play, then yes, we're going to get closed down. We're probably going to lose the ball. Okay, but I want you to create gaps simply by moving the ball quickly. So even if you're not going anywhere, even if we have the ball in the midfield here, okay, just keep the ball moving with quick 2 touches. That's totally fine, just like this. Okay, then we'll notice when they all shift, there will be an opportunity. There will be a gap, and we play that ball into space, and then everyone gets forward, and attacks joins in on the play. Let's talk about attacking with width. Okay, so when we receive the ball, remember, when we're defending, we want to be nice and compact. Let's say they have the ball, they're attacking us. We want to stay nice and compact, right? We don't want to be wide. Why? Because that leaves lots of gaps for them to attack. So as soon as they have the ball, we're pressing them quickly to win it back, but we're getting really tight. Okay, we're removing the gaps. We're defending our goal, which is in the middle of the field. Okay, so we're staying really tight. When we have the ball, we need to see, now again, I only have 5 players on the field, but imagine if you had 10 outfield players, we could make this work even better. What we need to see is the wide players have to get wide. Okay, we need to create that width, especially our fullbacks, especially our wingers. The closer we get into the field up here, the more the wingers can come in. Okay, but we need to start with that width. The way you attack, if you can't go direct, if the direct option isn't on, let's say, if we could play direct, I want you to play direct. Okay, but if the direct option isn't on, we need to create width to go out, and then we can come back in. Okay, go out, come back in, go out, come back in. It's a great way to attack because, let's look at an example here. Okay, so my fullbacks get really wide, ball's played out wide. He's got a bit of space. This guy comes to press here. We go back in. What happens? Everyone shifts. Okay, this creates more space out wide. Play it out wide. Now we can get into dangerous areas where players can attack the ball. Okay, we got runs coming in the back. Someone's going to get on that ball and at least create problems, if not goals, for our team. So, when you are a wide player and your team gets the ball, I don't want you to jog out here. I want you to quickly, if you can, sprint while still keeping your eyes on the ball, right? You don't want to turn your back and not know what this player is trying to do. Okay? Get wide, just back up. I want you to almost get that shock on your boots. Okay? The end line, you should be getting out right here. This isn't width. This is width. Okay? Again, when we have our width, we can use the ball to our advantage, make it move. This player cannot run as fast as this ball can travel. Okay, so we're going to tire them out by getting really wide. Then, like I said, if the space is on, take that down the line. Let's get early crosses in. Let's get down to the byline. Let's do cutbacks here. Okay, but we need to have this width. If we have no width in our attack, everyone plays in the middle of the field. What happens? Even if we're really good, we're easy to defend. Okay, one player can almost mark 2 players if we're all close in this area like this. So when you're on the ball, especially as a wide player, I need you to get wide right away. Not only get wide, but demand that ball, especially if you have space, because that's going to allow you to make plays for your team. Hopefully by now you understand the importance of playing with width, getting your wide players wide, going out, going back in, going out if you have to, and then getting the ball back in to the middle. Why? It creates the other team to move, create space for you. The other thing I want you to think about, and more players need to think about because we do not do this enough, is playing direct. Okay, yes, we want to make all these nice little passes. Yes, we want to play wide. Yes, we want to get everyone involved. But if the pass is on, if a direct pass is on, why wouldn't you just take it? You know, if we can get the ball to someone in a dangerous position quickly, we have to do that. Okay, so if you're on the ball and you see there's a player in an advanced position, get them that ball quickly. Let's try to play direct. If we can attack their goal right away, don't wait. We don't have to go out here. We don't have to move it around the back. We don't have to play even into the midfield like this. Okay, if the pass is on, let's play that pass and let's get numbers forward. Let's get joined in. Okay, let's get our attack going. Problem that most players have is they're afraid to be a bit direct. Why? Because they think they're going to make a pass and it's going to get cut off. Okay, but believe me, if you don't make your passes, you're never going to make that great through ball. You're never going to create a goal out of nothing. Okay, you're never going to be able to get your teammates involved and get them the goals that they deserve. So what I want you to think about when you're on the ball, get your head up quickly. Ask yourself, is there a direct option? Is there someone in a position that if I played them right away, they could score? So you see, instead of taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 passes to get in the box, if we just notice the opportunity, you get your head up, you see the opportunity, we can get there in 1 pass. Okay? Or maybe we can get there in 2 passes. But I want you to think about playing more direct. Okay? And like I said, the only way you're going to get better at playing these direct passes, either a through ball into space like that, or even just a ball into feet, like I just demonstrated, for other players to play off of. Okay, we want to play that direct ball. We want to spend most of our time playing in their defensive third, our offensive third. Here I want to address the idea of counter-attacking quickly and effectively, because it's such a valuable tool if your team can use it properly. Now, in my other videos I've been talking about the importance of pressing, right? So the ball goes in, this guy's putting high pressure, everyone else is trying to cut off the next possible passing angle. And this works really well. It works even better if you have good defenders that you can trust at the back, that if our strikers get beat when they're trying to win the ball back, we still have confidence that we can defend back here. Okay? Counterattacking is a little different. Instead of pressing them, we're going to sit back, we're going to give them the ball, we're going to hold our space. Okay? We're going to, again, like I said, stay really compact and tight, protect the middle of the field. Okay, when they do get the ball in advanced positions, yes, we're going to press. We're going to press. We're not going to sit back all the way. You still have to press them, because if we don't, they're going to have time to make plays. Who knows what could happen if you give a player time. So even though we're sitting back, you still have to pressure. First one in, next one, everyone else is shifting. We're thinking about covering the passing angles. Okay, we're thinking about where the next pass could possibly go. And if it shifts, everyone's going to shift. Okay, and we're going to cover that. We're going to stay in a tight, compact unit. Okay, so when we do win the ball, this is where we counterattack. Now, the only way counterattack is going to work is if everyone, especially our attacking 4 players, our attacking front men, are really busting their ass to get forward. Okay, if we get the ball here and everyone's jogging forward, this is not a counterattack. Okay, this is not going to work. I really want you, if you have the chance, to watch Real Madrid in action, because Mourinho has those guys counterattacking at an incredible level. Okay, they win the ball and they have at least 3-4 guys. Ronaldo's ripping up the wing, Benzema, Higuain, Özil, as everyone's running in. Excuse me. And then the defensive midfielders are tracking to show support. Okay, so when we get this ball, we want to advance quickly. So that's the first thing. You have to make your run. Obviously, we don't want to go offside, but you have to make your run. You have to attack this with speed. Okay, it's a counterattack. We're not keeping possession here. We're not knocking it around nicely. We're trying to be as direct as possible so we can hurt this team that's been trying to kill us by using possession to their advantage. Okay, so when we're attacking here, it's so important that, one, we take care of the ball. We can't get it here and then have a turnover, because what happens is everyone's getting forward. Now the tables have turned, they're coming at us again, and we're outnumbered at the back. Okay, so if we're going to commit to going forward, really have to take care of this ball when we're counterattacking. How are you going to do that? You're going to play simple. Okay, we're relying on each other's runs, each other's work ethic to get in space, and we're just going to rely on good passing. Okay, especially in this beginning here, in this getting out of our defensive third, in the middle third. When we get into this attacking third, yes, you can take a few more touches, maybe take one player on and take a shot. But when we're here, we're trying to counterattack. This has to be one touch here, okay, maybe a ball into space like that for someone to run onto. Now he can take his time, be composed, and have a finish on goal. So if you're played into here and your options are cut on, I don't want you to force this one if it's not on. Okay, let's say something like this. I don't want you to force it if it's not on. What I want you to do is play into this supporting midfielder, then he can make this pass. Okay, or he can make a creative outlet to somebody making a run. Okay, but the key here on this counterattack is, one, your work ethic to get forward. Are you willing to work harder than this defender to get into open space? The other thing is the quality of the passing. Okay, if it's not good enough, we're going to end up getting hurt. We're going to end up getting counterattacked ourselves. The final thing is the quality on your finish. Okay, so when you do get into these situations, I want you to take a deep breath. Use that stuff we talked about in the video, especially the one-on-one with the keeper. Okay, stay composed. Try to pick your spot. Just curl it into a corner, or if the keeper comes out, you can take a one-on-one. Just pass it in like that. Okay, if you are in a one-on-one situation around this box here, I want you to be confident. I want you to do one quick move, boom, then you can take your shot, put it in the goal. A few more important points before we move on to the next video. What I want to talk about here shortly is your mentality when attacking. Okay, a lot of teams, especially at a young level, when they get the ball, maybe in the first half of the game, okay, they're not playing with much urgency. They might be moving the ball around nicely, but we're not really trying to score goals. We're not trying to put this team to rest. Okay, we're not trying to kill the game off. What I want you to do is, yes, play composed. Yes, play calm under pressure. Yes, keep possession of the ball. That's the most important thing. Okay, but I need you to play with urgency. So when you're in this game, I want you to play offensively like you're in the 90th minute and you're down 1-0. Okay, so just imagine how you would be playing. You'd be playing very urgent, but you'd be trying to keep great possession of the ball because you know if you lose it, this may be your last chance. Okay, so the ball is moving quickly. We're trying to be direct. We're trying to move forward. We're trying to punish this team. We're trying to create chances. We're not just taking our time because we know we have 80 minutes left. Because believe me, if you don't attack with urgency from the first minute, okay, in the last 10 minutes, you're going to be wishing that you did. Now, on top of that, there are certain times when you need to be composed and you need to keep possession of the ball. So let's say you were up 2-0 or even 1-0 and the game was coming to an end. Okay, we don't want to sit back and let them attack us. That's the worst thing you could do. We don't just want to hump this ball up here and then try to live out try to survive the rest of the game just by defending. Okay, so if you have the lead, what we want to do is we want to finish this game professionally. So we want to take the ball and we want to keep moving it to our advantage. Yes, we still move it quickly. Yes, we still force them to shift. And yes, we take great care of this ball. Oops. Throwing my player at another player. Move the ball. Okay, so when we're up, we don't necessarily have to always go forward, but we have to at least try to play in their half. Okay, so again, just keep the ball moving around the back. Try to play into the midfielders here. Keep the ball moving. Let the ball do the work. And like I said, just finish out the rest of the game with them chasing the ball. Okay, if they have the ball and we're just trying to defend for the last bit of the game, believe me, they're going to create chances. If you keep giving them the opportunity to create chances, especially if they're a good team, they're going to create some chances and we're going to get hurt. So I want you, especially if you're in the lead, take care of this ball. Use the ball to your advantage. Remember, a good offense is the best defense. Keeping possession of the ball is the best defense.